97 more days left for the Christians of the Diocese of BUEA to converge on the Divine Mercy Cathedral and celebrate 75 years of the Diocese of BUEA. The peak celebration is on Thursday, the 7th of May 2025. Ahead of that very gigantic occasion, very momentous occasion, activities have reached fever pitch across the diocese with events happening here and there. Well, one of the top has been the moving around the different deaneries in the diocese to celebrate at the level the 75th anniversary. Well, it was first Moliko Deanery, then Boto Deanery, then Limbe Deanery, Muya Deanery, Tiko Deanery. And now it is the time for Moyuka Deanery. Moyuka Deanery, your time has come. So Christians from across the Diocese of BUEA shall converge at the Moyuka Deanery, is precisely at the St. Joseph Parish in Moyuka, to celebrate the 75th anniversary. But what is Moyuka celebrating? Moyuka itself is as old as 1940. That was when Moyuka, St. Joseph Parish, Moyuka, was founded. It is an old deanery in terms of the church's activities. But this Saturday, the 1st of February 2025, the Christians will have lots to celebrate. Good evening and welcome to Mountain Echoes. My name is Yannick Fonke. I am your anchor tonight. And tonight we are talking about the celebrations of the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of BUEA in the Moyuka Deanery. And tonight we shall understand Moyuka Deanery like never before, together with the panelists present here, and also be making some great meaning on how the occasion will look like at the St. Joseph Parish in Moyuka. Thank you once again for joining us. And for us to have a very convivial discussion tonight, I have invited two very important guests. I've invited the Dean of Moyuka Deanery, that is Father Mario Are. He definitely will be giving us some very interesting discussion. And as well, I have the chairperson of the Deanery Pastoral Council for Moyuka Deanery, that is Mr. Etienne Aswati. They are all present to share with us their own thoughts about Moyuka Deanery. Once again, welcome. But we're talking about Moyuka Deanery. How much do you know about it? Let us discover in this. And there you have the little children amidst the challenges in Moyuka put up that smile of happiness, that smile of future, that smile of hope there, that in the midst of challenges there is still hope. There you discovered the Moyuka DIANERY in a sneak peek. Interestingly, you would be discovering it even better this Saturday when Christians from all the nooks and crannies of Moyuka will converge on the St. Joseph Parish, Moyuka, to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of BUEA. Now, let us get to talk. Let's have some discussions. And I beg to say we're going to have a panelist expatiate for us and make us know Moyuka very well. We're going to have this discussion in two segments. The first segment, earlier on, I had a chat with the Dean of the Moyuka DIANERY, that is Father Mario Array, who shed some light on the history or the historical perspective of Moyuka DIANERY and what Christians will be expecting this Saturday. Let us have a watch on my interview with Father Mario. Thank you very much, Father. Yes, our first question to you is paint for us Moyuka DIANERY. So, in terms of geographical location, Moyuka DIANERY, its boundaries and all of that.
Moyuka DIANERY, in terms of location, with us there in Moyuka DIANERY, we separate our DIANERY in terms of lower and upper zones. And when they talk about the upper zones, we think of Munyenge Parish, we think of Bafia Parish, we think of Ikata Parish. And when it comes to the lower zone, we also think of St. Joseph Parish, Moyuka itself, Holy Trinity Malindi, and St. Therese of the Child, Yoke. So see that there are six parishes six parishes in this DIANERY, and we split them, or is split into upper and lower zone. That's how Moyuka DIANERY is situated.
Right. And then Ekona Parish, I'm talking about St. John of God, St. John Paul II Parish in Ekona is under Moyuka DIANERY. That Ekona is in Moyuka, but it's under Moyuka DIANERY. So how was that done, and why did it happen that way?
Well, at first, Moyuka Parish contain all these parishes, including the Ekona parishes and all the house stations that were there, Bondo, Balong, all those places, they were under Moyuka Parish. But in terms of administration, we realized that if St. John Paul II Parish, Ekona, has to be situated inside Moyuka DIANERY, I think the administration of the sacraments and reaching out to the people will be difficult. Because we look at the distance from Moyuka Parish itself to Ekona, you realize that it's a great distance, of which if it has to fall under Moyuka DIANERY, it will be difficult for priests to cater for the Christians who are situated or located at Ekona because of the distance. And that will make it such a way that the Christians will be having Mass very scarcely once in a week or once in a month or so, which will make their spiritual life too very low and will not progress in their spirituality. So I think demarcating Ekona and situating it in Moyuka DIANERY, I think there are proper administration so that they too can actually see to and then organize to like Moyuka DIANERY, so that the pastors can easily reach out to them and to carry out their work of evangelization as well.
That's it. I think that's fair enough. Now, in terms of parishes and mission stations, where does Moyuka DIANERY lie?
In terms of parishes and
mission station,
Moyuka DIANERY is it finds herself in Moyuka itself, because Moyuka is the only parish that not only the only parish, but Moyuka has some few house stations. The upper zones hasn't got any house stations. They are just a parish in themselves. Right. But Moyuka and Malindi has gotten house stations. So the rest of the four parishes, they are just one church, and the proper pastor administer the church like that without any house stations.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, in terms of the lifestyle of the Christian population, how engaged is the Christian family over there in Moyuka towards the works of evangelization?
Well, Moyuka, as we all know, sometimes popularly known as Ground Zero, The people there are committed. The few that are there, due to the crisis, most of the people have left the area. So the few that are there are committed. And based on the fact that they too are primarily farmers and they rely on farming for their sustenance and every other thing, that is what keeps them busy and that keeps them going. So to aside that, they make a sacrifice to also be present for church activities and to see how the church can grow and to also supply the need of the church in their own little way, as I can put it. But one thing that I love with them is that determination for them to sacrifice the little that they have. It might not be much, but they have a sense of direction or sacrifice. And sometimes to do not all 100%, but we keep making the effort that everybody or all should be engaged in that sacrifice, having a sense of direction when it comes to church activities, and also making the sacrifice for the growth of the church and for their own personal growth as well in terms of spirituality.
Right. Now, you talked about the crisis. I think we should talk a little bit about that. But let's look at it this way. How challenging has it been to carry out the works of evangelization in Moyoka DIANERY, in terms of you being the dean there and other priests, but also the Christians responding, navigating the crisis and also the works of evangelization?
Now, this crisis has made the work of evangelization very slow in that DIANERY. And at the same time, we will not relent our efforts of going around to make sure that we carry out the work of evangelization. Though sometimes it might be difficult, sometimes the rampant ghost towns, no movement, hindered our movement to go to visit the people or to celebrate Mass with them, especially when it comes to small Christian community. But that notwithstanding, we keep making the effort to always go to them and to reach out to them. We always come in contact with the people there, and then we negotiate on how possible or how best we can actually navigate or come to their aid when they need. So with that now, it gives us a sense of direction as to when and how to actually go and to meet them and to talk with them. It will interest you to know that sometimes it's difficult for anybody to just penetrate the DIANERY and reach out to the Christian, because already they know who is a stranger and who is with them. So when you come with that you're a stranger, they actually know, and they'll know how to relate with you, and they'll actually know which information to give you and which information not to give you. But with us, the priest, there is challenging with us, but we will not relent our effort. We keep going to them. Sometimes the difficulty we have, we feel pity for the Christians because sometimes we cannot reach out to them for masses, especially in small Christian communities, especially when they ghost town or there's a shooting somewhere and we have to halt or wait until places are calm to reach out to them before we administer the sacrament or we celebrate Mass with them. But they too understand the situation, so we work hand in glove to see that we see how we can ameliorate the situation and then to reach out with them at the due time.
Right. So now, when there is a crisis, there comes lots of humanitarian needs and all of that. And the church has always been working hand in tandem with evangelization and also human dignity, the growth of human dignity. So share with us some of the works of the church in Moyoka DIANERY to better the lives of the Christian community.
Well, first, I'll look it in the light of the priests who are there, the number of priests who are there to reach out and to cater for the souls who are there. And also to appreciate them for the courage too, because it's not easy to be there and to actually work with those people. So with that, they have that duty and that consciousness to always strive to reach out to them. And the church, through our bishop, have helped us to by sending us seminarians to an apostolic work to reach out to them, and also the priest who comes around. And the bishop too has taken upon himself to always make sure that the DIANERY, Moyoka DIANERY, is one of the DIANERY that the bishop visits every year. For that, we are privileged and we are happy that he makes that sacrifice to always see that though we are in a difficult area, he too is with us. And that's why he makes that sacrifice to always come every year to see how the DIANERY is faring, to see how the Christians are faring. And with that too, it encourages the Christians too to know that they are not alone. The bishop is coming, the priests are there with them, so they too should work together so that the work of evangelization can also grow and reach out to those who are in need. So I think the church has been of help to us in that regard to see that we to reach out to them one way or the other.
Right. Now, let's come to the bone of contention. Moyoka, the time has come. This is your time. And to celebrate 75 years of the Diocese of BUEA. Share with us how Moyoka is implicated in this celebration.
75th anniversary in the Diocese of BUEA is a time to celebrate, and like every other DIANERY celebrating, Moyoka too is not left out. And indeed, the time for Moyoka has come when she too has to celebrate the 75th anniversary at the level of the DIANERY. And everything being equal, the priests and the Christians are putting their hands together to see that that celebration gets its dignity that is worthy, so that we to celebrate together with the Christians and with the bishop and with the diocese at large, celebrating 75th anniversary. And in that regard, we have been doing our preparations to see that at our own level, we too are not left out, and we too are engaged in that celebration of the 75th anniversary, which comes up 1st of February 2025. That is in a few days ahead. And with this, our preparations are geared towards the Holy Mass. After the Mass, which we will have celebrate the bishop, we have procession, offertory procession in terms of parishes. And after the Mass, we have outdoor activities like traditional dances, ballet dances, choral singing with some parishes, and also all the other activities that we have put in place. That is to mark that celebration in a grand style at the level of our DIANERY, which we celebrate with the diocese, to make sure that in as much as the diocese will celebrate the D-Day itself come May, we to the level of DIANERY, we are in union with the diocese to celebrate that 75th anniversary. So we too are making our preparations so that we too engage in that celebration of the 75th anniversary in the Diocese of BUEA.
Right, so what should visitors be expecting in Moyoka?
Well, for the visitors who are coming, we are hoping that when you come, you'll get a good stay in Moyoka, because Moyoka has been a place that many people are afraid of. When they hear or think about Moyoka, it gives them a kind of low spirit. If at all people are living there, if at all things are happening there, I really want to assure you that Moyoka is a place to be, and we are living there. If we are there, it means that anybody can live there. And if we are there celebrating, it means that everybody is invited for that celebration, so that we to celebrate together with the diocese at the level of our DIANERY to celebrate that 75th anniversary. So I invite all the general public to come and witness and to see that life is in Moyoka, to come and to see that we too can celebrate the 75th anniversary in Moyoka, to come and to enjoy the outdoor activities that the Moyoka DIANERY, the Christians in this DIANERY are going to present to entertain our visitors who are coming to celebrate with us.
Right, that's interesting. And have you been carrying out human investment activities in preparation, cleaning of the place, doing some other activities in preparation of the D-Day, which is Saturday?
In terms of that humanitarian work, we left it at the level of the parishes. They do it because converging all the parishes together more often than that is difficult.
Right.
Munyenge has to come down, Ikata has to come, and then the G-Day they come again. But we left it at the level of the parishes, so they carry out small works of humanitarian at the level of the parishes. But these few days, come Friday and leading to the G-Day, we'll have work together. We'll prepare for that celebration on Saturday itself.
Right. In terms of the mobilization, what has been done to ensure that Christians turn out en masse for this occasion?
In terms of mobilization, we have been talking about it, encouraging them to participate in this celebration, and to let them know if the bishop is coming and the church of BUEA is coming to celebrate with us, they cannot come and we are not there. So we have to mobilize ourselves to be part and parcel of that celebration, so that we too partake in that celebration. And we have invited our sister churches, the Baptist and the Presbyterian and some other people around, hoping that they too come to see how we too celebrate the 75th anniversary of our diocese at the level of our DIANERY.
Very important. And what is that clarion call you're making to the Christian population of the Diocese of BUEA and even beyond? Remember that Moyoka has suffered generally with mass exodus, but this is a time for Christians to come back and celebrate the 75th anniversary of the diocese in the St. Joseph Parish, Moyoka. So what is that call you're making to the Christians?
Well, I'm making a call to everybody out there who has once been a citizen of Moyoka DIANERY who left on account of the crisis, that it's time to come back and let's celebrate the 75th anniversary at the level of the DIANERY. I know the massive exodus has taken so many people out of the DIANERY, but with this, I make a call to everybody that you come and let us celebrate the 75th anniversary at the level of our DIANERY, and to encourage all that there should be no fear for anybody to come. We all are there. So if we are there, you all are welcome, and your safety is guaranteed that you celebrate with us and you enjoy the celebration of the 75th anniversary at the level of the Deanery.
Right. Father, is there any last word you would like to pass on to the Christians, or even to the Christians of Moyoka in particular?
To the Christians of Moyoka, first I would like to reiterate the significance of celebrating anniversaries like the one we are celebrating. First of all, we know that celebrating an anniversary like this serves as a reminder of the journey shared together, because we are celebrating 75th anniversary of our diocese. And I must say, my parish is older than the diocese, because my parish is now at 83. Next 2 years we'll be celebrating 85th anniversary of Moyoka Parish. So coming together to celebrate an anniversary like this, it creates a lasting memory in our head, where we see how, and also provide an opportunity to reflect on growth and commitment of the Diocese of BUEA. It also fosters a sense of appreciation for the relationship and the milestone of achievement together, to see how our forefathers started the diocese, and now here we are celebrating 75 years of existence, where some of them are not there. It also serves as a commitment to each other and to value the work that we have put together so far. So I will encourage my Christians in the Deanery and the priests as well, and all those around, that we should not relent our efforts in celebrating this 75th anniversary at the level of the Deanery. Let us all put our hands together. Let us all put our hands on deck to make sure that we give this celebration the dignity and the grandeur that it deserves, so that we too can be proud of ourselves celebrating the 75th anniversary in our Deanery.
Thank you very much, Father.
You're welcome.
Right, so Reverend Father Mario Array, the Dean of Moyoka Deanery, expatiating for us and clearing our understanding on the Moyoka Deanery. Remember, this Saturday, it is the turn of Moyoka Deanery to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of BUEA. And how is the occasion going to look like? Let's have this.
After Moliko, Bota, Limbe, Munya, and Tiko, Moyoka Deanery, your time has come. Join the Moyoka Deanery on Saturday, February 1 in celebrating a great milestone in the growth of the evangelization as it celebrates the 75th anniversary of faith, hope, and love in the Diocese of BUEA. This February 1st, the Christian community will converge on the St. Joseph's Parish in Moyoka for a pontifical high mass presided at by the Bishop of BUEA, His Lordship Michael Bibi. Join DMR TV for a live broadcast of the event on radio, TV, and online. Christians of BUEA Diocese, let us join Moyoka Deanery in making this event bigger, better, and engaging. Let us celebrate 75 years of faith, hope, and love. One diocese, one family, one celebration. BUEA Diocese, proclaim the good news. I am with you always.
Right, of course, we'll all be converging on the St. Joseph Parish in Moyoka to celebrate with Moyoka Deanery, a deanery that has seen it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, but then they remain resilient, and of course, that is the testament of faith that they hold. Now, we also have a chat with the chairperson of the Moyoka Deanery Pastoral Council, that is Mr. Asowati 18. He shared for us the mobilization there and how things will be panning out. Very interesting discussion. Let us have it. Thank you very much, Mr. Deanery President, for talking with us. Our first question to you is, give us the historical context of the Moyoka Deanery. As a Deanery President, where is Moyoka coming from in terms of evangelization in the Catholic Church?
Well, as far as I became the Deanery President for Moyoka Deanery, I'm sorry, the person who I succeeded was not able to enlighten me exactly how the whole situation began, and I met it where the Almighty God fit me into. I am really happy to be on that position. As far as evangelization is concerned, the priests and the Deanery Council are trying to do their best, especially on SCC program, because we are really emphasizing on the small Christian community. That is where we believe that any message can be sent into. From the Deanery, we believe that the parish pastoral council executive can handle issues from the Deanery to the parish, and from the parish to the mission station. That is how our communication goes down.
Right. Now, Moyuka Deanery is one of the few deaneries in the Diocese of BUEA that has been highly hit by the crisis. Yes, lots of green images coming from Moyuka, and it's caused mass exodus. On top of that, we have a Christian population that is committed to the works of God. I want us to paint a picture of the challenges the Christian community go through in Moyuka Deanery.
Well, we thank God as far as this crisis is concerned. At the first position, I wanted to say the crisis hits Moyuka very hardly, made our Christians, even we are talking of the Moyuka itself, it was really touched by this crisis. Talk less of places like Munyenge, Ikata. They are coming back to life thanks to our Lordship, our Bishop, because he made it possible. He went there without fear. He really moved fear out of the people, made them to understand that whatever they are, the Almighty God is ever there with them. So he talked to them, and at this point of view, at God's intervention and his pastoral visit, we are really seeing that the Moyuka Deanery is actually coming back gradually to life.
Right.
Now, if you are talking of places like Munyenge, Ikata, Bafia, you will understand that it is the bishop who went there, and they make some sort of complaint. He is listening to their complaint. He really provide them suitable solution. He make them his friends. So they actually understand that it is not only the crisis, or the crisis do not only affect them, but the crisis also affect him as the bishop. That is why he is making it possible to see that they should not be afraid. Whenever you are in a situation, the Almighty God is there to guide you. He gave them that courage. He automatically gave everybody that courage in his pastoral visit. Even Malende too was a very big target in this situation. So the first priest that came there did not really stays in Malende. So he decided to stay in Moyuka before coming to Malende, a parish like an outstation, until thanks to the bishop, provided a project for the house, and the house was built, and now we are having a very good, one of the best house in, as far as Father's house is concerned.
Right.
So the Malende, the Yoke, in short, the entire Moyuka Deanery, as this crisis we are talking about affect Moyuka, even in the Darusan level, the Darusan pastoral team, they can testify now that this is Moyuka coming up. At first, nobody could have seen Moyuka for the past 6 years, because you cannot call a meeting and somebody's come.
Yes.
Somebody will not come, especially people like Munyenge. Where will you see them? In Munyenge, there is 7 small Christian community in Munyenge. But that 7 small Christian community does not mean that they have a huge community. That means their population is dense. It's just that the people are scattered into the forest, into the mountain, that they have to gather themselves from the bushes that they are, from the area that they are. They have to gather themselves so that they can listen to the word of God, and at the end they come back to where they have made it their own church. until now that they are coming back closer to their main church, which is the parish.
Yeah. The way you're putting it sounds so superlative, and I think that an ordinary viewer watching us may not really understand the pain that the Christian goes through in Moyoka. I mean, we're talking a place where you are in mass and you're getting guns that are, alarming all over. Talking of a place where kidnapping is more or less so rampant. We're talking a place where general hardship is the cause of the day. And more. Can you give us some of those practical experiences?
Well, precisely, I'm not coming from Moyoka in particular. I am coming from Malende, particularly the outstation from Malende, like my 40 is the last outstation between the Kumba DIOCESE and between the Kumba Diocese and the Moyoka and the BUEA Diocese.
Yes.
That's the end of the
Diocese of BUEA.
Diocese of BUEA. The next village is the Kumba Diocese.
Yes,
so that
which
place,
is Banga Bakundu.
Yes, that place is the place I live is known as my 40. So my 40, practically, our heat has not been so rampant. But that of Malindi, I can tell you, it makes you panic even being in Malindi at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Anything that shakes, you have to look for a way to go. So the gun issue or the crisis issue in Malindi and in Moyoka in general is a very pathetic one. Is one you cannot tell with so much confidence. There's a very heavy heart to talk about, particularly in my mission station, my 40, when Father Chidibere was a parish priest. Yes, Father Chidibere was at the altar in front of the church. A gunfire, there was an attack there. There was many injuries. We ran into the bush. I pity the father because it was terrible. We cannot withstand it. That make us to really realize the next week. The father told us there is no mercy as far as gun is concerned, but we give thanks to God because He is the only one that protects. At the incident, nothing happened. No, apart of light injury, no, there was no death, there was no serious casualties. Just that running. So, with the experience that I have, I can say Moyoka has suffered a lot in this crisis. I think it is one of the DIANERY in this crisis that the crisis really affect.
Right. Now, things have changed. I'm sure things have improved. The bishop in the heat of the crisis came through, and one of the parishes, the Bafia, the communities, the Bafia, they all benefited from the largesse of the bishop, Ikata, and so on and so forth. And life is returning to normal. I think that the situation now is more or less better off than what it was before.
10,000 times. Please, we thank the bishop for that. We thank the bishop for that courage. Actually, he listened to the crisis. At the tense of the crisis, he went into this particular Ikata, Bafia, Munyenge. The bishop did. He did not only make them. He did not only give them easy transportation because he has friends there with Okada, and not only for them to have that, he also looked at one of the most dangerous problems not only the Christian community of Bafia had. The entire village was suffering from water issue. They had no good water system until the bishop came in. Now after that, the bishop gave them, support them with that water system. Until now, they are talking of, if you want to talk of the bishop in Moyoka, no, Bafia will be there. in their numbers. Although we don't know, people just look at things very light, but they promise to be there to show their appreciation. It is the bishop that came, and now they are really, really, really satisfied with water project. And for those with bikes, they are very, very happy. They will be there to welcome him tomorrow at the police.
Right. And we'll definitely be having the 75th anniversary in the Moyoka Deanery. In fact, Moyoka, your time has come to celebrate, and the Christian population cannot wait any longer to have that celebration. Share with us at the Deanery level, what's the mobilization about? Yes. How does it look like?
Well, the last Deanery meeting we have was to sensitize our parish pastoral council members to really talk to the Christians, but particularly, we don't talk to Christians and they listen too much. So we pleaded for assistance to our parish priest. I really appreciate them because whenever you call to their attention, they give you their maximum support. So they really agree that they are going to do their best to see that everybody, or the majority, will be in Moyoka tomorrow to welcome the bishop to celebrate the 75th anniversary at the Moyoka Deanery level. We are very happy to celebrate it at the Deanery level. I think we will really celebrate it in our own way. We will not celebrate it that people will be telling us what to do. As we have organized it. It was just fortunate. Our Deanery celebration could have begun today. Mm-hmm. It was just due to the diocesan council meeting. And the diocesan council meeting cannot be going on.
Yeah, it takes precedence.
Yes. So we agree that we should do it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. There will be fun. There will be march past. There will be ballet dance from the youths. There will be traditional dances from parish to parish after the sermon, after the mass.
Mm-hmm. Right. You already started sharing with us some of the activities that will take place. Very, very interesting. So, people are watching you. The Christian population is watching you. What conviction can you give them to be part of this occasion tomorrow?
Well, I really want to say we are proud to be part and parcel of the 75th anniversary, to organize this. There are many people do not have that opportunity to celebrate this 75th anniversary because it has never been done. And we are only praying that Christians should do their best if they want to see a difference. Pastoral Week have been more cordial, but we believe that the 75th anniversary will look more than the pastoral week, visit. Mm-hmm. Because during the pastoral visit to the parishes, we come in contact with the bishop, we have a light blessing, but I hope that of the 75th anniversary will be more. And we are inviting not only the priests from different deaneries, we are inviting the diocesan pastoral team. They will also be there. Many people have not seen the diocesan pastoral team. Many people have not seen priests from different dioceses, from different deaneries. I'm really pleading that everybody should be there, particularly in time. And we should try to come early because the mass is going to be in the church.
St. Joseph Parish. Mm-hmm.
So if you are not there early, you might not have a seat.
Very interesting. And I want you to look into your camera and talk to the Christians. I mean, one more mobilization. Mobilize the Christians of Moyoka Deanery in particular, but also Christians across the diocese.
Well, I want to seize this opportunity to thank everybody in the Moyoka Deanery. We are talking of people from Munyenge, Ikata, Bafia. It's a pleasure. It's a very, very big privilege to be in this ceremony. It's a very, very big. I don't know how to. It is very, very important for you to be part of this celebration. So we are pleading that not only coming there to look, come there to participate actively. If you are not there early, you miss many things, particularly in the mass, in the welcome parade that they are going to take from the police to the parish. Please, those who have their bikes, we agreed that those who have their bike are going to welcome the bishop from the police. The bike and people with cars, they will welcome the bishop from the police, and the other Christians are going to line up from Makanga to the church. So if you are coming there, come with your uniform, your group's uniform, or you come with the 75th anniversary clothes. If you don't have, because this 75th anniversary clothes is to signify that we are for 75th anniversary, but we advise that those who don't have shouldn't bother. Put on your group uniform. You don't belong to a group. Then if you belong to an LCC, put it on. Then you put, or you dress ordinarily, but please, the 75th anniversary fabric is out. We should struggle and look for the 75th anniversary, because the grand celebration for the 75th anniversary that is going to take place on the 7th of May. We are emphasizing that everybody is going to be in the 75th anniversary fabric.
Right.
So we want to thank everybody in advance. Just come there, you will see what will happen. You will enjoy everything. You will enjoy the parade from the youth. You enjoy. Most of us are seeing the bishop during the pastoral visit, but now you see him in a different color in the diocesan celebration. I think that would be more better than you don't have opportunity to stay in the parish, then you have the chance to talk with him during the 75th anniversary. If you have a question, then we will be on the ground to talk tomorrow. I will be there personally.
Right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Right. So that was Mr. Etienne Aswati. He is the chairperson for Moyuka Deanery, that is the Moyuka Deanery Pastoral Council, and definitely we'll be getting from his speech tomorrow welcoming the bishop to Moyuka. If you're just tuning in, you're on to this is Mountain Echoes coming to you live from DMR TV. And at this juncture, dear viewers, I can only but tell you that if you are free, if you have the chance, well, do well to make it at the St. Joseph Parish in Moyuka and celebrate with Moyuka, because there in Moyuka you test faith, you test resilience, you test the people who have gone through and seen it all, but yet they remain united with the things of God. And with that, it will test your faith as well. So together, let us all join and be present at the St. Joseph Parish in Moyuka and celebrate with the Christians of Moyuka. That's it, dear viewers. I want to thank you very much for watching. It is on this note we put a cap on today's edition of Mountain Echoes. Our guest today was Father Mario Array. He is the Dean of Moyuka Deanery. And we also had together Mr. Etienne Aswati. He is the chairperson of the Moyuka Deanery Pastoral Council. They all joined myself, Yannick Fonke, for presenting the program today. Of course, we had Kindness Jogo who manned the machines together with the fleet of trainees who were present. We want to heartily thank you. We'll be together again on Monday. Good night.